All right, welcome, y'all. Welcome. I didn't put this suit on for nothing, not to show it off.
Let me show mine.
Yeah, I ain't standing up though. Don't actually stand up. There go Lynch with his camera. Welcome, everybody. Happy anniversary, 52 weeks. And welcome to the show, y'all. I am. Welcome, everybody. Oh, Lord, here we go. Who is that? It's like old times. Welcome, everybody. Clubhouse, Facebook, and the like. Welcome. Happy anniversary, everybody. Happy anniversary, everybody. Happy anniversary, everybody. We welcome you to When the Right One Comes, the men's edition. If you would invite and share, I need everybody that's coming in to say happy anniversary. Everybody, let me invite and share like I asked y'all to do. Happy anniversary to all of you. Happy anniversary. Invite and share. Invite and share. Let's get some people in here tonight. We had 200 already. Welcome. We 1 year in. We talking about marriage tonight, so find somebody. Find somebody that want to hear us talk about marriage tonight. Invite and share. Oh, y'all sharing. Thank y'all. Thank you. Invite and share. Tell the men happy anniversary. Tell the men happy anniversary. All blessed, all dressed in black. Let us know where you're from. If you are a 52 weeker, put 52 in. Put your, after you say happy anniversary, put how many weeks you have watched this program. We're at 247 on all platforms. Those of you that are in Clubhouse, ping somebody in the room. Ping somebody in the room. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to When the Right One Comes, the men's edition. The men's edition. So I had a show called He Said, She Said with my sister Lola. Lola decided a year ago that she was going to take off on a Saturday night. I called Pastor Lynch. Didn't I call you?
You called.
And I said, Pastor Lynch.
I said,
Let's do a men's show. You said?
Hell no.
I said, let's do a men's show. He said, when? He said, I'm in. I said, you get some men, I get some men. Who did you get?
I think I called John. Did I call you Frank? Fred called. I called John Terrius Johnson.
John Terrius and Johnson. Okay, and one more. He was only with us for a week.
Oh, Daniel. Joshua Daniel.
He got kicked off the island to be married. Yeah. And then we added who?
Frank
Ray III. The very next week. And I went and got Broderick. I said, we need somebody that's funny. And I asked Perry, because Perry was already doing the prophets, and I knew that he was single, right?
Yeah, right.
All right. Is that everybody that we got for the first one? Yeah, that was everybody. And then Pastor John Terrius shared with us that he was really, really busy, and we added who? Who do we add?
I think
Global.
Who?
Joe.
We added Joe. We added Joe, and then we added Prophet Claiborne, because Pastor Lynch got into revival for 30 weeks on Clubhouse. I said, man, you better go and ride the wave. And then we added Bishop Antoine. Then we added Pastor Dwayne. And tonight we have
Antoine was here before Claiborne, wasn't it?
Oh, he was? I'm sorry. Y'all got to tell me the story.
Yeah.
Antoine was here before Claiborne.
Right.
And the rest is history. And tonight we welcome back Pastor Carlton Lynch, who helped me start this. And y'all know it's about to be some foolishness. He's back tonight. Pastor Lynch, share with us what this whole thing was from the start and all that. Just kind of share what this meant, and share some of your stories as you travel across the country.
You know, first, let me salute you, our leader, your consistency. I never thought in a few years there will be a year end. I really thought it was going to be something for like 4 or 5 years. That's kind of like we were in the middle of the pandemic, and we really never thought, Perry, that we was going to be going on and on. I just thought maybe a month or two, but it just worked, and I think a lot of people have been blessed. I have literally been traveling through the pandemic, and I remember a few times I've been out in malls in different cities, and people recognize me not from preaching or pastoring, for over 17 years of pastoring, but they recognize me from When the Right One Comes. I was in Durham, North Carolina, in Raleigh, and I seen this girl looking at me. I said, "Oh man, I'm about to score, Frank." And she said, "You a bishop?" I said, "No, I'm not no bishop." She said, "Greg Davis." I said, "Now I know I don't look like no Greg Davis." And she started talking about When the Right One Comes. I was at Prophet Karn's convocation 2 weeks ago, and pushing my book, and that's what everybody known for When the Right One Comes. So I just want to salute, all of you brothers for, a job well done. Everybody keep asking me, do I really know Broderick? And so I told a few lies. I act like we've been knowing each other for years, Broderick, just to see how it was going to work out and all of that. But I salute you all for being, and I think, Greg, you've been so masterful in just getting so many different energies on this, panel every week after week. Me and Frank, people know, I miss arguing with Frank, though, to be honest with you. There's been times I would hear you all show after I get off, and I would hear Frank say something. I'd be like, I need to get on that show to go on and start a good argument. So, man, I salute you all. I think I'm amazed, and I'm excited to see what's going to come even after tonight.
Yeah, because this ain't our final show.
Right.
Thank you, Pastor Lynch, Broderick. You know who I forgot? I forgot my armor bearer. Remember, he was on the first show. And then I said, well, this is all preacher Sean. You remember that, Lynch?
Yeah.
Mika just reminded, Mika is the historian.
She's on the board of directors.
She's on the board of directors. Broderick, would you like to say something?
You know what? I remember, thank you, Bishop, and the gentleman, and to all of our When the Right One Come Men's Edition family. I remember when you first, you always take me with you wherever you go. You've been doing it since the 90s. So this is yet another platform where you have invited me and allowed my brand of both humor and intellect to be shared. And you have taught me, this is so gangster, the power of consistency that has spilled over into other things that I'm doing. So I love it to be in this fraternity of distinguished gentlemen. I'm honored. Thank you, Bishop.
You're welcome, Broderick. Appreciate you. Frank?
Yes, sir, Bishop.
You would like to say some words? What has this been, this experience?
Man, it's been amazing. I've met so many people through this. I've met some brothers through this, established some relationships, some meaningful relationships that I believe will last for life. Um, these brothers have been imparting into me, as well as I hope I've said something over this past year that has been impactful to them as well. and to know that we've consistently had so many people tuning in for a year now has been absolutely amazing. Bishop, I want to thank you again for your vision and for your perseverance. During this season, this was birthed in a season, we didn't know what was going to happen or when it was going to happen or when it was going to let up. And so this is carried over even since the pandemic has been letting up, even though it's picking back up again now. And so I just want to say, man, it's been amazing. I mean, really amazing, really impactful on my life. I've changed some of my thoughts,
Wow.
some of my lenses
Wow.
of how I look at things doing this show. So yeah, it's been dope, man. It's been
Praise
dope, Bishop.
Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
Shut up, nigga.
Here we go. Perry.
Yeah, Bishop, I want to first thank you, and to, as Ray just said, I've built some good relationships out of this. As Broderick said, I've learned consistency, as well as my thinking. It's really impacted me on understanding that just because I think it's right don't mean it's right. So, it's really helped me in many ways. I've had for the past year, I've been here for 52 weeks. So,
Wow.
every Monday night, tired, frustrated, sick, I've done it, and it pays off. It's paying off. So again, thank you so much, Bishop, and to Lynch, who called me. You know what I mean? Lynch would call Perry. We need to do this. Perry, we need to do that. So it's always been a good journey. It's a good ride.
You still got that red wall.
Huh?
He got a new name now, Lynch. He's called Candyman.
The
Okay.
Candy Man.
Uh-huh. Dr. Johnson, our who? What do we call him? Statesman.
Senior statesman.
Senior statesman.
Yes, sir, Bishop. The Bible teaches us that all things work together for the good of them who are the called according to his purpose. And this show is a reflection of that. We started in the pandemic, but even moving beyond the pandemic to see lives literally being changed and being informed and educated, all because of this virtual space, has been nothing short but amazing. And I have been blessed personally. Let me say thank you to Pastor Carlton Lynch for getting in touch with me and inviting me to be a part of this show. And thank you, Bishop, for giving me the opportunity to be on this platform. And I have enjoyed the contributions from every brother that's on this panel. This is a panel of guys who are not only spirit-filled, but intelligent. And that makes a difference. So I've really enjoyed this journey.
Thank you, Pastor Johnson. It's been an honor to know you and to learn you. Bishop Antoine.
Yo, Bishop, man, to you fellas, I have enjoyed being a part of this show. When you invited me originally, Bishop, I was a little apprehensive because it was an all men show, and oftentimes you don't hear men talking about relationships. So I thought it was going to be a lot of visceral, and I got to turn my congratulations to the comments. You ladies have been receptive. Y'all have been open. Y'all have let us challenge. Y'all have let us be free. Y'all have supported us. And I got to say thank you to you guys in the comments, because for a long time I was apprehensive to share my thoughts. And it took me a couple of shows to kind of warm up. But y'all have embraced us. Y'all celebrate us. Y'all send us messages. And we got to say thank you. So, Bishop, thank you so much for curating this time. And you fellas, I have been stretched, and I appreciate the brotherhood.
All right. Prophet Claiborne.
Bishop, this has been awesome. All the brothers, I am so humbled to be on this stage. Sometimes I think Bishop picked me so he could have somebody to pick on. Because it's like no matter what I say, he gonna be like, nope, I don't agree with you. But it's so much love, even on our stage. I appreciate what Bishop shared so long time ago. And some of these guys I already know. Prophet Perry, I mean, we've crossed paths so many times. So, even as a young man, a man that I've always honored and respect. And so many, Carlton Lynch, we met on Clubhouse, but you would think that we really know because we go in rooms together, and it's just an honor. And any stage that he's on, he opens up that stage for me, and he sees me in the audience. He brings me up, and I appreciate all of that. Bishop Davis I've known for years. He's been the same man, just really just the same guy. There's no stage. He's not afraid of nobody. He opened the door and let us in. And then Broderick is my new brother. Every now and then we on the same page. But Johnson is my friend. I know if I talk real church stuff, I'm gonna get some help right in that area right there. Johnson, hey man, he gonna go along with me. So that's what the old guys. We gotta stick together, Johnson. We gotta stick together. And so, and Pastor Jackson, man, I be practicing. I be practicing all week long so I can make my words sound big. So by the time I get on here, because Jackson gonna say something that you gotta be like, what did he just say? Where did that come from? You know I'm telling the truth, Broderick. So Jackson gonna say something tonight. I promise y'all that you're gonna have to write down. So, and my nephew, I love you, nephew. You already know it, man. We're doing this, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you, Bishop. We appreciate it. Happy anniversary, fellas. We're gonna do it some more.
And Pastor Dwayne.
Bishop, I'm grateful. I remember when you asked me to be a part. I think it was about 3 months ago now, 3 or 4 months ago now. You were having a room in Clubhouse, and you said, Dwayne, check your text messages. So I checked it, and he said, hey, can you come on tonight? And I looked at that phone like, at first I was like, I don't know, because I just got finished doing my whole podcast stuff on Mondays, and so I was needing a break. And I said to myself, well, if Bishop can run the horse and do 100 shows in one day, I guess I can do it too, right? And so I said, absolutely, Bishop, I would come. And when I came, you guys were very embracive. You guys were intellect, as Pastor Johnson has said. You guys were intelligent, not intellect. You guys are intelligent. You spoke with intellect. And you gave everything that you got. And like Bishop AJ said, I was very nervous. But ladies, you guys have been extremely receptive. And like Bishop always said, you take the meat and you throw away the bones. So I'm happy to be the new addition, one of the new additions, and can't wait for more to come.
Thank you, sir. We want to introduce to you all our producer and the one that keeps us all together. And we're going to bring her on screen today. My daughter, Marlinda Henry. Marlinda, come on in. Yes, Marlinda. Marlinda, when did you start?
Wow. Let's see. I think I came in week 40 or so, 45 maybe, soon after. It's
Okay.
different from this end. So I'm looking at let me put up Morgan's comment. My big cheerleader.
We appreciate you being behind the scene. Y'all appreciate Marlinda. She's the one that makes sure that we're set up, make sure everybody's comments is up. If your comments is not up, or if you act crazy, she's the one that take them out. All right. She bring you in and she'll take it back out. So we appreciate you so much, daughter. I thank you so much.
Well, let me just say right quick, Bishop, and to all the gentlemen, I appreciate you all for allowing me to serve you each Monday. It's so much fun working with you all. Bishop knows that I love working with you guys. It's been fun. It's been an amazing ride. And I look forward to working with you all for the next year and beyond. Looking forward to our upcoming tour. I wish you all could really see our private chat that goes on behind the scenes. It is amazing. Lots of fun back here behind the scenes. We have a lot of fun. And thank you guys for your consistency every week showing up for the guys. We have so much fun. So thank you again. It is an honor to serve you all.
All right, go back to work. Thank you. And so we add to there's over 417 people on right now, y'all. Y'all are amazing. Keep inviting. We bring in my little nephew is joining us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, he's late. Pastor John Terrius Tate. John Terrius.
Bishop, gentlemen, it's been a long time.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. Thank you. Yeah.
To you, I'm saying you're
I'm celebrating this anniversary and my anniversary. This is incredible because a year ago, I had nothing to do but sit up and talk to y'all all day long. That's it. And I enjoyed that. And I enjoy all of the the newcomers, but y'all know I'm an OG. I started out with this. I started on this journey a long time ago. So I'm appreciative. I enjoy every time I get a chance. I try to jump on and listen to the words that these men of God present to these people, and y'all doing an exceptional, incredible job. Hey, everybody. I love y'all. I miss you too.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. And Pastor Dwayne is going to join us back. We're kind of rotating tonight because we want to stay on this platform, and we can only get 10 people on. So welcome, everybody. It's been an amazing journey. Thank all the men for being here on tonight. It's a special night. And I asked Pastor Tate and Pastor Lynch to come back and be with us. And we promised y'all that we would be suited and booted. This was months ago when we said that. And we're here tonight. Pastor Frank Ray is going to come. He got his Bible. Lord have mercy. That boy got his Bible. Y'all understand what that means if you ain't been here. Pastor Frank is going to give us our icebreaker tonight. And then we're going to get started talking about marriage tonight.
All right. You want me to go back over everybody, Bishop, or just go to
No, you could just go to icebreaker.
Bishop, you really already kind of did it. I was gonna ask, what have you learned? I mean, you really already did it. We really can go to the
all right. So I took your okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get started, y'all. I figured we'd talk about marriage tonight. Okay. The whole show is on marriage. So let's get started. What does marriage mean to you all? Like, what the institution marriage? Has marriage lost its meaning? Is marriage still honorable? What does marriage mean to men? What does marriage mean to men? Who wants to go first? Don't let me pick you. Lynch. We don't change. Lynch, what does marriage mean to you as a man, from a man's perspective? Can't hear you.
All right. I think for me, Bishop, being married before, marriage is a beautiful thing. And I believe that when it is done the right way, I believe it'll be beautiful for everyone involved. I believe this, that if you start off wrong, you're going to end up wrong. And so in this place I'm in right now, since I failed marriage before, I'm in a place where I'm really trying to learn marriage and love and togetherness and oneness. I'm trying to be reintroduced to it because I've been privileged to see a successful marriage with my parents that's been married over 45 years. But for some apparent reason, when you get loose and get out here and get to experimenting so much, you can lose the true meaning of what marriage is. And I still believe, even though I failed in marriage, I still believe that marriage is of God. And I believe that when he blesses it, when he lays his hands of approval on it, I believe that the two will be blessed being together. So for me, Bishop, marriage is a beautiful thing. It just wasn't beautiful for me the first time. But that's why I wrote the book, Try It Again. So I'm going after it.
So, John Terrence, I'm gonna ask it a little different to you. What have you learned about marriage since you were married? Like, what have you learned, and what is marriage to you as a man? As a man, what have you learned? Because many times we come out of marriages and we don't learn. We don't learn anything.
First of all, I think, Bishop, I think what I learned in being married is, first of all, learning how to have self-control, being self-controlled and selfless, and don't be selfish. Coming out of a marriage, I understood better now of having more communication learn what the other individual like, don't like. Be careful what you say, because sometimes, and the truth of the matter, we've been taught our life is not what you say, is how you say it. And if you're not cognizant and careful, especially being a pastor, you'll take your authority from the church and think that's going to work at the house. When we must understand that she did not marry a pastor. She married the individual who opened themselves up and made themselves vulnerable enough to say, hey, this is me, without the tag and the title attached to it. And so I think when now I've grown to a place where now your opinion matters, your feelings matter. I've grown to that place instead of saying, hey, this is my house, it go the way I want it to go. If you don't like it, leave. Now I ain't saying I said it. but sometimes your actions can come out like that. And thank God for the church. I got to say that. Thank God for the church. But if you ain't careful, the church will mess you up, that you won't know how to separate the two from the house and from the church. And even though we pastor people, and I think many of us have probably pastored our wives. I know, Bishop, you and your wife was in ministry together, but at home, you her husband, so you shouldn't bring what the church put on you. So I just learned a lot, but I'm still learning one thing. I'm still learning to shut up. That's the hardest thing for me to do, is to be quiet, because I like to talk. And so I'm going to say what I got to say, and I think with your spouse, you ought to be able to be real with them. I see so much fake love and fake marriages. It gets on my nerve that we measure their love by a picture. People posting pictures don't mean they're happy. So, I've grown to a whole nother place now. So I'm backing out. You can get it back.
Or men on their knees don't mean that they have a good marriage. Men worshiping, that's the thing this week.
Wow.
Men worshiping. I had to throw that in, the picture of Sierra and her husband. That don't necessarily mean, if you were like me when I was married, you could have rode in the car together and argued and not speaking to each other, and y'all still get up there and worship and do what you need to do, and ain't even speaking to each other, and you're crying and all that, and don't know she crying because y'all just had an argument. So you can't go by these pictures like Tate said, that cookie cutter marriages. Johnson, same question to you, but I want to add to you. What do you see the role of the husband in the marriage? I'm almost scared that I should have said that for somebody else. Go ahead.
Set up, John.
The last time I left, she was wearing a hat on the second row. I don't know if y'all changed. That's the last time I left. It was the hat, second row.
Hey, Tate, I'm still Baptist, ain't nothing changed. I'm consistent, Doc. Bishop, I do see the role of the husband as being both protector and provider. I do believe it is the responsibility of the husband to provide for his wife and for his family, for that matter. But I'm not just talking about financially. I'm also talking about emotionally. I'm also talking about mentally, psychologically, and just providing for his wife, his woman, his lover, his friend, in every area that she has a need. But I also believe that it is the responsibility of the husband to protect his wife from attacks of the enemy, whether it be spiritual, whether it be warfare, or whether it be some of the stuff that we just deal naturally in the world, is to be a covering for his wife. So I do believe those two things come to mind, both protector and provider.
Say, don't. Perry and Ray, anybody that haven't answered, I think that there's so much pressure on marrying, meaning if you don't marry, there's something wrong with you. If you don't marry, you're gay. If you don't marry, for women, if you don't marry, your time clock is going. And now social media pressures by looking at others, believing that they're happy. Do you all feel that puts a lot of pressure on marrying? Do you all, as preachers, single preachers and pastors, feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to be married?
Ray, you going first?
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. It's too much pressure, you know. Trying to force someone to be married, and we're not even friends. We don't even really know each other. And if we're not careful, for the sake of image, we'll lose our identity. We'll lose who we are. We'll lose the pretense of what marriage really is. Especially in this time, we are competing with a virtual reality. And as Tate just said, you know, a picture doesn't depict happiness. It doesn't depict who we really are. I'm cropping out a piece of me to show the world who this is. So it's so much pressure. And if you're not careful, you allow the pressures of society, you allow the pressures of unnecessary roughness. So it's too much pressure to me. You know what I mean? I should be able to, I think being married should come organic. It should not be something that I'm forced into. You've been in my arm to do, you upset, or you having a moment to do. I just think it should become organic. And of course, it's too much pressure. There's a lot of pressure now. It's too much pressure, really, actually. Too much.
Right?
One of the things that I can say that I appreciate about this new dispensation that we seem to be in when it comes to our personal life is that I want to say about half of us are not willing to succumb to the pressure of people to prefer a picture over people. Meaning, most of the time in the old dispensation of church and people, as long as you had a wife, everything was all right. They didn't know at home you was catching hell. She was treating you bad. She wasn't cooking for you. She wasn't doing nothing for you. She just wanted to come and sit on the pew and be cute. And your whole home life, you were struggling with your mental health. You weren't happy. You couldn't stand going home. That's why you cheated, because you was miserable at home. Come on, somebody. But this new dispensation of us seems to not really care to that extent of the perception of people because of what we put on front picture wise. That we are willing to take the blows of whatever because they gonna talk anyway. So since you're gonna talk about me anyway, I might as well do it the way I want to do it. And I'm so glad, especially since I've been on this show, I'm so glad that I did not succumb to that pressure to be the picture people put on me to be. That my stubbornness paid off in that area. That I was not willing to just marry just because they thought that's what I should do because of who I am, because of what I do. And that's where I'm in on it.
And Antoine, pick it up right there.
Well, Bishop, you said it's like it's two extremes. It's either you gay or you got a brothel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like there is no in between. in the way that people actually look at you as a single man. But like my brother Frank just said, that I refuse longevity. I would rather a quality marriage than a long one. Hands down. If I gotta wait to have a quality one, then I'll take a quality one over a long one, because I want a partner and I want to spend the rest of my life with somebody, and I want to spend my life on somebody. I don't want to waste my time anymore in a relationship.
All right, Broderick.
Oh my God, you know me. Nah, yeah, you bowling right down my alley. Listen, I ain't rushing to get married. I have been divorced successfully for close to 30 years. And nothing and nobody is going to force me. I love what you said, Bishop Jackson. Yeah, and I love what you said, Frank, because, whatever pressure is supposed to be, I done grown past the pressure. It can't define me, obviously, because 56 years young and single, divorced, not married for close to 30 years, there is life beyond marriage. There is life. I'm not taking anything away from marriage, but there is life beyond marriage. For people my age, some of y'all single ladies, somewhere along my line, whether you separate, and then some of y'all married and just as single as you don't want to be. I want to say there's hope.
And Prophet Claiborne.
Well, I don't think the rush is definitely there, not for me at this point. I mean, but I think I'm gonna probably move a little faster than some of these guys, because I like the whole married piece. But I do think that I took a lot of lessons from my last one, Roger, that I'm taking into this situation. I am not going in without the lessons, and I'm going to use a lot of lessons. And Pastor Johnson, she just may be on the second row with a hat. I might have to take a cue from you, but I enjoyed it. I think that you don't have to rush. I don't want to rush and miss, and I just said this to someone on last night, and miss a great opportunity, Prophet Perry, because I rushed. I don't want to rush, and I don't want to rush someone into something that they're not fully ready either. I want to make sure that both of us are on the same page and we learn some things. What I am going to do this time is walk this whole time out. Bishop said something. He didn't say it yet, but I know he's going to say it. So I'm tagging him in it already. Bishop say, go 4 seasons first. And Bishop, if I don't take nothing else from you, I'm doing 4 seasons first. I need to see you in all 4 seasons before I do anything about going down. I do. So at this point, whoever it is, we're not doing nothing for a year. We going 4 seasons. I'm gonna tell him. Bishop told me I still got spring left. I ain't gonna let him push me in through winter. I still got 1 more season to go. So I'm going 4 seasons.
No, you better see winter, Doc. You better see winter because it's gonna be a storm. You better see the storms. All right, we're going to be rotating Prophet Claiborne and Pastor Dwayne through the different sets so that we won't have to lose anybody tonight and want everybody to stay with us. So we're not offending anybody, but we want to be able to keep everybody in on tonight. So Prophet Claiborne is going to leave us, and then Pastor Dwayne's going to come in, and we'll go back and forward. Next question. Put these things in order of importance for marriage with you. Put these things in order
Bishop,
of,
Can I say something about that last question?
Yeah.
I want to say that I definitely agree that men or women should.
He wasn't meant to exit.
God didn't want him to say nothing.
No, because he's not. God blocked it.
God said, your days have been numbered.
He wouldn't let it be so. But some things don't change. He's still having problems with his connection.
I thought he had a microphone system over there with a monitor trying to hear himself.
When you left, he did, didn't he? He had a whole system. Here it comes. Let's see if try one more time. Try it again.
That's funny.
You want to try it again?
Yeah, I got kicked off. I don't know what happened, but
Try it again. You the king to try it again. Try it again.
But this is what I was gonna say. I definitely don't believe that a man or a woman, preacher, non-preacher, should be rushed into marriage. But I think the danger is when we play married. And I think definitely from a woman's aspect, because a lot of women do rush men into being married. And I think in some instances, they may have the right to do it when you want them to be the wife on the side, or portray, or to act like, or to perform wifely duties. So I don't think we can just play with that whole aspect. I don't want to be pressured. I don't want to be pushed. And I can understand that from people. But what are you saying? Are we saying that about the woman, the lady? Are we saying that about them as well? Or are we just talking about people in the church and they friends
No,
and
because
all that?
I believe women have more pressure, just my opinion, because they're dealing with a time clock, thinking that they won't be able to have children. They're dealing with women that's married before them. They're dealing with family. They say, what's wrong with you? You ain't never gonna get married. You ain't never bringing me a grandchild. I think that, and then they're looking on social media with these influencers, and so I just think that there's pressure on both sides. But I really think that there's more pressure on their side, Pastor Lynch. You disagree? Because you said, No, and let me say this before you go there. I also believe, and I know I'm getting ready to get in trouble, but I believe it's impossible to date or be in a committed relationship with somebody and they don't play wifey in some kind of way. Because how do you know you're getting a wife?
That's good.
I mean, how do you?
Well, let me say this.
Let me finish saying, because as Frank said, my other nephew, as he said, we have evolved, and I never thought of that. But really, you already a wife. We're already husbands. There's some things that we're gonna do if we're in a committed relationship. I'm talking about committed relationship. I ain't talking about dating this data. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead, Tate. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that, and I might get kicked for this, but I ain't been on here in a while, so it don't even matter no more. Every woman that's a good girlfriend really sometimes won't be a good wife, because there's some women who've been better girlfriends than better wives. You do everything the man wants you to do. You flipping and doing things we know not of. And soon as you get married, your style change, your talk change. You used to have your hair down. Every time you saw pretty, doll up. Then when you get married, you coming with a bonnet on your head and ain't looking. And see, some women just better girlfriends than they are wives. And the same go for men. Some men are better boyfriends than husbands, because you will do everything you can to get the woman, but you won't do everything to keep her. All right.
But that goes back to what Claiborne said before he left off, and that's why you got to see him all them seasons, right, Tate?
Yeah. Oh, you better see him. You better stay to do season 2.
See, yeah, I
was just saying the winter, fall, and spring. You better stay to do season and see what that's gonna be about as well.
See, here go Lynch with that foolishness, because
well, here we go.
I do not believe, this is just me. This is just Frank Ray III talking. I do not believe that a person cannot show you something before you make them that something, and then after you make them that something, they begin to show you that they are that something. Did that make sense?
Say it one more again.
I do not believe that a person will not show you that they are something. And then once you make them something, they show you that they are that something that you made them before they showed you that they were not that something. In other words, you cannot believe, if you got any sense, that a woman who does not display wife qualities will be a wife after you make her a wife. That's just insane to me. You would not hire somebody who's late if they show they can't be on time before you give them the job. That's crazy. That's insane. So I don't, this whole where you didn't get him because you was being a wife before he made you a wife. No, that Negro just didn't want to marry you. It has nothing to do with what you were doing.
Yeah, but what they got to do? What they got to do with what I said, Frank?
You said that sometimes you said about women showing that they're a wife before they make them a wife, or them pressuring men to marry them because they've been being a wife to them, but a wife on the side. Those were the words and terms you use, right?
But no, Frank, but still with what you're saying is two different things.
Okay.
What I'm
Let me see.
saying is this. I'm saying you can't see a lot of, there are men, there are men, Frank, that want a woman to do this, and this, and that's fine. But if those areas are wifely duties, you can't string that person along for 2 and 3 years and then talk about we don't know each other. Either you want or you
Well, what's the timetable?
Well, Frank, I want to kind of jump in.
You don't agree with that?
What's the timetable?
Hey, Lynch, I would jump on your back here and say I think that there's a fine line, Frank, because I'm in agreement with you, Frank, on this. I think that there is a level. Oh, he jumped back in. I think there is a level, Frank, that we show to a certain degree, right? I think there is a degree of what we show that shows that we're ready to be a husband or that we're ready to be a wife. However, I do agree with Lynch on this, is that sometimes we are acting in those realms and we know that's not where we're going to end up. So part of my issue is, and maybe this could be a question, Bishop, how do we get to the point where I can show you enough that I'm qualified for it, but I don't have to give you all of it? I think that's the question here, because Frank, if the truth be told, we and this is why I want to be careful with saying this, because women are in the comments like, thank you. And you know why they saying thank you? Because they're ready to hold us to husband duties, but we're not their husband. And that's a dangerous situation, because I don't have to give you certain things if I'm not your husband.
See, that's the issue that I have. It's the double standard between what a man is supposed to give and what a woman is supposed to give.
And that's why I'm in agreement with you, Frank.
Gender roles.
Frank, that's why I'm saying I think that we can give a level, and then you should be able to tell with that level if this person is enough. I don't think that we have to give the whole bag to either or. Like, I don't think a woman has to give the whole bag to a man. I don't think a man has to give the whole bag to a woman. I think that they will know through the organic relationship whether this person or not is conducive enough for marriage moving forward. If we give too much, because here's my problem, Frank, and I think this is, and I had this conversation at Outback today when I went to go get some wings. I asked the young lady sitting with me, right? I said, what is the qualifications that you need for a husband? And let me tell you, they were all naming stuff, but they were naming it in a dating phase. I think this is why, Frank, that I'm big on this. Dating has to really be, we have to define this word dating, not from, I'm not talking about collecting data, I know that piece, but I'm saying what it looks like. So that may look like with me paying for dates sometimes, you paying for dates sometimes, so that we can have a level, right? Or if listen, if you're gonna date Frank and you just gonna pay for him all the time, okay. But I also need her to know that that's not your responsibility. It is not an entitlement to dating. It is something that you choose to do, Frank. It is not something that you have to do. And I think that's where the problem is coming in, because people are choosing to do things and make it seem like it's something that we have to do. And because of that, now people are like, well, ain't nothing left to give for the marriage.
Well, okay.
Well, let me chime in too and say that I tend to believe that the level in which you give should also be determined by the weight of the relationship. So with that being said, I'm saying that if you all are together with the purpose of getting married, you know that you're on the marriage track, that you're headed toward the altar, then that right there is a game changer, because I want to see that level of commitment. I want to see, can you be a wife? I'm getting ready to put a ring on your finger. So I need to know this stuff in advance.
But see, here's the scary part. Here's the scary part about marriage. From what I've heard from my friends, from my seasoned pastors, from my spiritual uncles, lottie dottie, everybody, they sing it in unison. Once you get married, they change.
Yeah.
That's the scary part for me about marriage, because you even hear comedians say it. They talk about how they give it to you any kind of way you want it, whenever you want it, what they do here, what they do there. But then when you get married, everything changes. So that's the scary part about it for me. But go ahead, Bishop.
But nobody said nothing when I said 15 minutes ago, Frank, that you should be able to, they should already be wives. They should, even though they try to hold back, there are things that should come out in the commitment phase. Because if you're a wife, you can't help but be a wife. You would come over right to the house and see stuff out of order, and you just gonna put it together. I don't care if you're a wife. I know they say, well, you shouldn't give him so much, but I should be able to see that.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
And they should see husband in me.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm talking about before I even say get on my knees and here's the ring. We should see characteristics. You should have some nurturing.
Right.
Don't give it's hard. Don't give it all up. But we should be able to see that. And if you can't do that in the commitment phase, then why would I give you a ring?
Hey Bishop, to answer Frank's question, Bishop, thank you for saying that. Frank, you made a valid point. You said, how is it that we go here, but then when we get to the dance, we go here? Here's what I think the real issue is, Frank. It's because we try to impress people from a place of like, let me show you everything I got, instead of organically just building through it. If I organically build through it, I think that when we get to the climax of, for the sake of terminology tonight, when we get to the climax of marriage, I think then what we're able to do is explore a little bit deeper in marriage, right? So I think what most people do is try to give you everything, Frank, up front, like, yo, I'm nurturing, yo, I can pay your bills, yo, I can do this, yo, I can do that. But the reality of it is you're giving all of that, but you're giving it from a place that you can't maintain.
Because here's what happened, Dwayne Lynch. What happens is, to me, this just Frank Ray III talking. This is my perception. Thanks, Shira.
Yeah.
I think. See you in the comments. What happens is,
don't tell it. It's R-A-Y.
Watch this. The climax ain't the marriage for most people. It's the wedding.
No, it is. Fact.
Yeah,
and so if the climax is the wedding,
facts, right?
Once we get into the marriage, it becomes lackluster because we will focus on the wedding rather than the marriage.
Fact.
So because she already got you, she got you to the altar. And now after the altar, she don't know what to do with you.
Facts, Ray.
Yo, see, Frank, that's what I'm saying. We got to make sure that we're marrying the people that we want, not the person that we want to fit into a role.
My God.
Right.
Say
You see what I'm
that
saying?
one more time. Say that one more time.
Like, it's like you cannot choose them just because you want them to fit into a role. A wife is a woman that I choose to be my wife. So that means I have spent the time with you through all of the seasons to say, this is the person that I want to be my wife. So oftentimes we're trying to tell women how to be wives when the reality is me having that choice to be able to say, look, this is what I'm looking for in a wife. Vice versa, am I what you're looking for in a husband? And we make that commitment together on the wedding day. That's the day that God blesses our choice. That's the day that God says, okay, that's who you want for your wife. That's who you want for your husband. That's who you want for your husband. Okay, I'm going to bless it that day. But oftentimes we don't inspect the person enough. We're only looking to see if they fit a role.
Yeah.
I'm marrying a person. I don't want you just to fit into a role.
Right. And I think that, I agree with that, man. And I think honestly that that women today want to be, and I don't say all women, but most women want to be a bride, but not a wife. And so,
Come on.
you know, or you want me to be a groom and not your husband. So, you know, we stay stuck at the altar. Our marriage goes no farther than the pictures of the day with the maid of honor and the best man. And, so it's more to it. I think, again, as Antoine just said, Bishop just said, it goes back to knowing that person. I think we don't collect enough data. I think we have to stay secretaries for a minute before we go any further. I need to know more about you. I need to see, and I have to agree with what I see because your results are not matching the data that I've collected. Because a lot of times it is the euphoria state that we're dating more so, or the representative. I really don't know who you are until we done gone through some stuff, debating, not agreeing, So I think that's the main thing. I think we, as the 4 seasons, is very key. I got to see you in every element. How you around your mom, how I'm around my family. All that really matters. All that matters. Go ahead, Roger.
Hey, you know what, Frank, Bishop, gentlemen, and let me stop. Tate, I've been wanting to tell you about your suit you had on yesterday, and then you're gonna come back in here tonight with another suit on, and the whole thing. So that's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna get away. Y'all, listen to this. It's about punishment. We're sitting here trying to figure out whether she the right one, the real one, whether she gonna do it. Hey, I think we need to have documentation legally. When she don't do and don't become everything she said,
He ain't changed.
listen, all right, not a problem. You may go now. You don't want to give me the sex. You don't want to do whatever we both agree to. Now somebody say, I know smart mouth women talk about same thing go for the man. This is the men's edition, not the women's. So watch this. If they knew, Frank, Prophet, Jackson, if they knew, you know what, I could still get fired. I'm not safe. I have to live up to the potential on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. I bet you they stay in place. I yield the floor back to the bishop.
I said this to my sister. To my sister, I got a sister, Jessica, they act just like me. I said this to my sister the other day. I said, sis, I think marriages should probably be like our licenses, that our driver's license. You know how you have to renew them.
I'm with you, Frank.
After a certain, that it should be a time period, that at the end of this time period, y'all both decide if y'all still want to do this for another contract. I just because people get comfortable. Go ahead.
Brother Ray. I just think, me personally, going through this and dealing with situations is that really you have an opportunity at engagement time not to go through and just call it off, cancel it. And I think nobody is brave enough to say, you know what, this ain't gonna work. before we walk down this aisle,
Yes, sir.
we are not ready.
No, sir.
No, because we too busy.
No, you good.
Oh, Doc, I got a tailored suit made. I'm finna walk down here.
For the people.
Right, for people. And I'm talking about me now. When it comes to the rushing part, I believe my first go round, I rushed. I was in love, but I was also scared to come to LA by myself.
Whoa, Tate.
I was saying, I ain't going there by myself. So I got to hurry up and get me a wife. And didn't know, well, I can't say that. I was all y'all to tell y'all that I have, I'm loved without one. I was thinking people was going to only respect me, listen to me, follow my leadership if I had somebody standing beside me. I was afraid. I'm like, I've never been away. I didn't, and didn't know. All I had to do was just take my time. Because I wanted to make sure that this is a church who have seen pastors, two great pastors, have, a marriage.
Right.
And I'm not saying I walked into the church to get it because I already had it and didn't have a wife. I just wasn't going by myself. So I said, hey, we need to speed this process up a little bit. The people talking, tell them at the house, you playing house. I don't want to go through that no more. Let's go and make it. But didn't know all I had to do was just take my time. And taking my time would have probably worked better just taking my time.
That's why I want to ask Lynch, because Lynch said you can't be 2-3 years. So Lynch, for you, what is a proper timetable to determine?
I'm not gonna do that because
yeah, we are gonna do that because that's what you said though.
Taking out of context. Listen,
no, you don't take it out of context.
Hold on, Frank. Hold on.
Hey, Lish, let me back you up.
Hold on.
I give a time frame.
Yeah.
I'll give one.
What is it?
I would say no more than 3 years.
Lynch saying no more than 2-3.
No, but why did he get 3 years?
I said no more than 3 years. So it could be 2 years.
Lynch said why you get 3 years.
So why you have 3?
I'm saying the ceiling is 3.
Right, but why?
Why?
He's saying why the ceiling ain't a year?
Lynch saying that's too long.
No. First of all,
I can say why 3 years.
Well, 1 year for the Father, 1 year for the Son, 1 year for the Holy Ghost. I got you.
Listen, that's one of it. But the other thing is this: the world changes now every 3 years. It used to be every 5 years. It used to be every 10 years. Every 3 years. So within the framework of those 3 years, you will most likely be afforded the opportunity to see that person go through all 4 seasons. So that's ample amount of time to know if you're going to spend your life with that person.
Well, I'm going to be like the church. I'm going to change. It's going to take about 30 years for me to change. Take a while for this thing. Hey.
Come on, Lynch, let us hear it.
But here's the thing though, Frank, that I'm saying, and I really agree with Tate with that just whole piece. Take your time, but I'm saying in taking your time, let the other person know up front that I'm not rushing, and that gives them the opportunity. Maybe they're rushing into something. Why can't you be up front and say, listen? And while you're doing that, Frank, be open and honest to the point, and don't require so much from that person. If you know you taking your time. She ain't got.
What do you mean require so much? What is the so much, brother Lynch?
Yeah, don't require for her to be a wife and she's not your wife.
Okay, let's go deeper. Let's go. Help me see. What would that look like? What would require her to be my wife?
You can't require that. That's not your wife.
Well, let's be honest.
No. Be honest. Let's talk about what we're talking about.
Let's be honest.
We are honest, Frank.
Let's be honest, okay? Don't start that tonight.
Whoa. Shots fired.
Okay.
I love this.
Okay. Beyond that, what is something you should not require of a woman that you're dating? That's too much.
We can go back to the tape. There's some things that you said that you're not gonna do.
Okay, help me see.
You don't remember the flat tire?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Okay, so I'm required to change the tire, but she ain't required to cut my name.
Oh, okay. So guess what? Y'all moved on, right?
Did.
You can't require something from someone.
No, but see, my problem with you, Lynch, is you be on these women's side. I don't know if you be doing that for the show. Hell yeah. Yes, you do, brother. Yes, you do.
Hell no.
So, okay, tell me this. No, brother.
We was gonna put this on the word.
No, sir, brother. Listen, you got it. We can just edit this part out. Listen, you tell me what is okay for a woman to do while you're dating.
No, you tell me. You tell me.
No.
Hell, you the one with the problem.
No, you, nigga, you the one with the problem. What you mean? I ain't dating you. I ain't dating you. I ain't dating you.
You will never date me, sir. You don't never have to worry about
nigga, I know.
I know too.
Yeah. What you talking about?
What you talking about?
What you talking about, man? You tripping tonight.
Pick up, hey, Frank, get your phone.
Listen. You need to stop that, Lynch.
No.
You know for a fact.
Yeah, listen. If you know
that women be requiring stuff,
Frank, I'm saying if you know you're not rushing, you're not in a rush to make nothing happen. Don't require. I mean, in a real sense, let her go if that's what she wants, and you don't.
No, brother,
hey, can I say this?
Johnson just said 3 years.
Can I say this?
Johnson, let me tell y'all something. Y'all keep watching Johnson. Y'all keep watching Johnson if you want.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this. For real, you can't require anything where there is no standard. And the standard is based on an agreement. And so my thing is always this, okay, we say 3 years. Well, what does 3 years look like? Is that just time? For me, in those 3 years, that means I need to see you be authentically yourself. So that means it needs to be 1 year where there are no expectations. There needs to be another year where we talk about what did we learn from that year? And then we can kind of say, hey, that was a little extreme on this year. That was a little extreme on this side. Where can we kind of balance that out? And then maybe that next year, how can we establish some agreements? I'm with Broderick that I'm saying we don't build our relationships with agreements. We build them with all of these assumptions. And because something has happened or something we've experienced in a relationship, that does not mean that that's going to be the person in that next season of life or even that next year. And so I think that what we need is more, if you want my honest opinion, we need more maturity in relationships to have hard conversations, not just about correcting stuff, but actually establishing relationships, building them. What are our agreements? What do we like? What do we not like? What do you say you want? Did that change from last year? Did you like the way I did that? Do you not like the way that I did that? And because oftentimes we don't know how to have those mature conversations, the relationship is built on assumptions and based on euphoria. And when that euphoria leaves, we no longer like each other.
And listen, Antoine, with that being said, I'm saying this, Frank, I love you, brother. You're my brother, but I just don't agree. I definitely agree with that, Antoine, about having conversation. Because many times one do something that you don't like, or they don't do something that you require, that you really wanted them to do. The first thing you do is bow out the relationship. But if there was a conversation, you wouldn't have to bow out. You wouldn't have to say, this ain't what I want, because you would have had previous conversation. You would have known her heart. You would have known her mind, what she was thinking, where she see herself 3 years, 5 years from now. So I understand. But if that's how Frank is dating, hey, go on, do your thing. I'm just saying you can't hold somebody down and hold them hostage for them to do certain things for you.
Ain't nobody holding nobody hostage.
Hey, leave.
They willing.
Hey, Jackson.
They willing participants, brother.
Leave.
Yeah, but I think, watch this. I'm gonna use that scripture. How can two walk together unless they agree. I think we don't talk enough about, hey, you know, because the Bible said, what God have joined together, let no man put asunder, you know, and it's, you know, it's of the to death. Death gonna come quicker. You mess around with the wrong person. But I think we should consider more. Like I was gonna ask you, Frank, and ask you, Pastor Lynch, how long should you take to find out whether you should give them 3 years to find out whether you should marry it?
Well, you have to ask Johnson that because he came up with 3 years.
Okay, but Frank, and y'all was kind of talking about that. And see, I'm not as concerned about you know, who's real, who's not real, whatever. What I'm really looking at also is put into play, okay, you don't fulfill the contract, you may go now. We don't want to talk about that. Because there's that other lie about commitment until death. Okay.
I'm with you, brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
come on, Frank. Come on, talk to us.
I'm with you.
Why is that so demonized? Because you're going through hell with the wrong person.
Well, Roger, man, you know why it's demonized? Because we hold sex as the highest value in a relationship.
Yeah.
So because we hold sex as the highest value in the relationship, the only thing we're doing is trying to stay away from sexuality, but we don't know how to build relationships.
That's it.
Wow. So it's like, as much as we feel like the quality of the relationship is based on our lack or our abstaining from sexuality in the relationship, but there is no investment into the relationship that you actually, hold on one second, Doc, where you can actually build something that is sustainable. And so that's kind of like my issue with it, that it's like we don't know how to build other things. What about your money? What about your fun? What about other values in the relationship that you can actually focus on and build in the relationship that gives you a stronger foundation opposed to what you're just trying to stay away from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why I ain't saying nothing? Hell, at 59, I ain't got 3 years to wait. I'm gonna let y'all talk that.
Come on, Bishop.
59.
Hey, 30 days.
I know, longer than 30 days, but hell, they already got to be around. I want to ask y'all this.
This
Good
is what happened when you put on black suits.
Huh?
This is what happened when you put on black suits.
Absolutely. Put these 3 things in order of importance for marriage with you: loyalty, sex, and peace. Put them in order. Loyalty, sex, and peace. Put them in order. Loyalty, sex, and peace.
Loyalty,
peace, and sex.
Did you always think like that?
No.
Did y'all always think? Everybody agree with that?
I agree. I was going to say
the same thing. Think about sex, peace, and loyalty.
No, maybe loyalty then peace. Yeah.
You got to have peace before you have sex. I'm thinking I would want to have peace so that I don't have no distractions while I'm having sex. And then if the sex is good enough, I want her to be loyal too.
So y'all say
I need you sticking around and you ain't
got to
you
put the Bible out.
Because his brother.
So is it peace or loyalty first? Johnson?
Loyalty first for me.
Broderick?
Peace.
Ray?
All of them same.
No, come on, Frank.
I can't separate them.
You got to put them in order, sir.
Come on, Frank. You know that peace is first.
Perry?
I can't separate them, y'all.
Peace, and then loyalty, and then sex.
Peace. That be that peace.
Antoine?
Peace, sex, loyalty.
There it is.
Claiborne?
Peace, loyalty, then sex.
Peace,
I'd
loyalty.
rather have peace first.
Okay, Lynch?
Give me sex. No, I'm playing.
But see, Bishop, the difficulty with that question is, if we're honest, all of them are equally important, because if you have one and don't have the other, it's not going to work. You can have loyalty, but the sex is trash. It ain't gonna work. You can have peace, but no loyalty, and it ain't gonna work. You see what I'm saying?
But put it in order. What's the priority for you? What do you want first?
At 35.
Where's my
Sex?
At 35.
Juice.
Yeah. See, for me, it's like this: peace, sex, and loyalty. No, I gotta get it as long as I can.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of the parade, okay? Y'all looking at the parade from a different vantage point.
Yeah.
Hell, I might put sex first.
That's
Get on my nerves. Come on, John Terrence, raise the Bible up at you.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm trying to find the scripture right now.
No, I for real, for me, peace is number one.
Absolutely.
I gotta have peace.
Yes.
And then loyalty, and then the sex, seriously. But I hear what you're saying, Frank. But yeah, if I had to have priority, it would be Somebody says sex, peace, loyalty for me.
And then somebody said, Lord, you don't want
So,
none to be
Bishop,
committed to you that ain't bringing you peace.
So, Bishop, are you saying that if you had loyalty, now if you had peace and you had loyalty, but then have sex, you would be good?
I'm in that order. That's priorities.
But I'm saying, could you take away? I'm asking this.
I mean, I could really change the peace to PIECE.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I felt something. I knew that was coming.
A peace.
No. Go ahead. What'd you ask me?
Yeah, I just prioritizing them kind of makes it like one is not equally important. And let's be honest, man. All of them.
But at some place,
and the truth be told, y'all ain't gonna tell the truth tonight. But the one who bring you peace, she really don't like to have sex.
Oh Lord.
And the one who raises hell, you can't keep your hands off of.
Yes.
Now that's true.
That's the truth.
Now that's true.
All right. Well, y'all go on.
He ain't lying on that one.
Go with God. Go with God. Go with God. Okay. So I mean, it's something to think about. I mean, I'd take the peace, like for real. First.
Absolutely.
Sex and loyalty is toss up.
Yeah, if I got sex and loyalty, we can argue. We can argue every now and then. We can argue.
Forget about the peace.
Because we gonna make up. We gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's true.
Frank only saying that because more argument bring more sex. That's all reason why he's saying that.
Yeah, we can argue.
Let's do these. Come on. Let's do these fast right quick. What do you feel women bring to the table in a marriage, Lynch? Because I feel like you might know that and need to know that. What? I just sense in the spirit.
Hey.
This might be your last show ever. You may not come back and visit us next year this time.
I think for a question like this, we got to go to the prophet. He sees different things.
What do you feel women bring to the table in a marriage, personally? This is a personal question. Lynch, come on.
I think support.
So that's what, because I think this is personal. That's what you feel like you would need.
Yeah, I think that's personally, I would definitely say support.
He want her to be out there walking with him and Al Sharpton. He swear her out.
We shall walk hand in hand.
Hey, tell you what, no
Tell
joke.
that time I said, my hair's sweating. I'm finna go to the hotel. You and Al can have it. Go ahead and support.
But I think though too though, like when you ask a question to to a pastor, I think that's what we all pull for on some level, being in pastoring people and how people flip up on you all the time. You want to be able to go home and just know that you got a friend at the house. When it's all said and done, I desire, Bishop Davis, to marry my best friend. That even when we get into it, she ain't gonna go tell her mama. Then I'm trying to figure out, Tate, when I'm at the reunion, why her cousins ain't speaking. I want somebody that when we go to church, even if it was rocky at the house, she's still supporting. I'm looking for a friend. I'm not, I know we talked about before credit and all of that type of stuff. I'm with that. I know we talked about what she brings to the table. I'm with all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for somebody that I love. I'm looking for my friend. I'm looking for someone that supports me through thick and thin. I'm not looking for someone. I remember, dating someone, they always said, I'm with you when you're right. As long as you're doing listen, I need you to support me when I'm wrong. I don't need you to support me when all the money is there, when we living good, we traveling and all of those things. That's what Tate was talking about. Those are picture, relationships. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when that thing get rocky and rough. I want somebody ultimately to be there and they're going to support me through thick and thin.
You sound like you really know about this. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you do too. More than me.
No, yeah.
Not your support.
Support.
God told me to tell you He's going to send you a support system.
A whole system.
I don't want no Baptist person prophesying over me. They don't flow in that too often.
Well, you better know when we flow, it work. We don't flow off.
So Claiborne,
but when it hit,
Claiborne, let me ask you this because I want to. Should marriage include deal breakers?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
No?
not. I don't think it should include marriage. Should not include deal breakers. Relationship leading to marriage can be deal breakers. I don't think marriage should include deal breakers especially on the same level. Now, if there's cheating and other things going on, absolutely yes. That's why I know Frank looking crazy. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people got too many exit strategies in marriage. There's every little thing, then they want to be out. Too many exit strategies. And when you create exit strategies and put things on the table, like divorce, like I'm out, like Broderick talking about the contract every year.
Hey, man, don't you come for me.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. We are free friends, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But somebody else got to argue besides Ray. So Roger said, so when you have that too many deals on the table, then Bishop, you setting yourself up for failure when you already have those things in place. Now, before you can have your list or have the things that you want to do prior to. I agree with that, absolutely. But the wording that I'm stuck on is inside of marriage. Inside of marriage, there should not be, well, if this don't go right, that's going to happen. If this going to go wrong, that's going to happen. When you do that, you set yourself up for something to happen. And then here's the thing I have a problem with. Then the vows are just pretty words, John Terry. They just pretty words. Because if the vows ever really meant something to you, then you don't have an easy exit strategy. I'm with you, Pastor Lynch. I want her to like me and love me, not just love me. Because people love you, but they don't like you. But when you like me and love me, you don't have an easy exit. So it should not come with that. Not inside of the marriage. Definitely prior to. I think you should get. You always said it. I learned another thing from you too. I'm going to hold on to. Get what you want. while you're in the single stage. That's what you say to us. I'm holding on to it, but I don't think that once you're in the marriage, you got this whole laundry list of things that she does. I asked somebody this morning, we don't got to talk about it on here, but I want to shoot it out to you, Bishop, for later on. But I asked someone a question this morning, that what if we had the same dedication and passion in marriage as we do with a baby? We do all this preparation. We do all this stuff before the baby come here. We change the color of the room to get everything together. We prepare for that baby. We got 9 months, but we make preparation because something great is getting ready to come into our home. What if we looked at, and when things happen, no matter what that baby do, I worked in the prison, Pastor Lynch, even down to prison, that mama is still there, that daddy's still there. What if you had that same kind of passion and dedication inside of marriage that you do with a baby, that you walk this thing out, that even when things are not great, you might say what you have to say, but you still walk it out. So I don't think there should be anything like that inside of marriage, Bishop.
Anybody disagree with him?
I do.
I do too.
Everybody. Yeah, I do too.
Disagree with what?
And you'll never walk alone. Tonight you are. I think they are deal breakers. I think, yeah.
The Bible gives you 3 deal breakers:
Come on.
adultery, abandonment, and death,
I agree with all 3 of them.
and abuse.
Which one y'all gonna do?
And there's 4 deal breakers right there.
I'm like Lynch now. Y'all might break the deal. Y'all might be the deal breaker.
Hey, yeah.
But I'm on the men's side, Frank. Don't worry.
So let me ask y'all this. Let's go to something else, and we're gonna round it up. Do you think, John Terry, this is for you?
Oh Lord.
And this is for those that have been married. Okay. Do you think that a man gets neglected after they have a baby?
It all depends on what she have. Because if it's a girl, the wife get neglected. Because you be spending more time with that little girl because you're like, oh, it's my baby, it's my baby. And if it's a boy, that mama get attached to that boy a lot. So you might get neglected. So I think it got to be a balance between that husband and that wife to say, we're not going to let this child, ruin us, turn us against each other, because children will do that when they get older. They'll turn their mom and dad against each other, and all that kind of crazy stuff. So you have to really be able to, do that. You got to be able to keep that connection even with the baby in there. Tell the baby, go scoot the baby to the edge of the bed. He ain't gonna fall out. Put some pillows around him and y'all go have a good time. Go make another one. I think some women, it just all depends on the individual, but I think it can be, but you have to be most definitely cognizant of it. Because some people say, oh, he care more about that baby than he do his wife. Or she care more about that baby than she do. But you got to come to common ground, have communication, and don't allow the baby to change things, but keep it the same way. But a baby plays a big part. A baby feel empty voids in our life. You can be married and still have an empty void, and that baby comes along and, bring happiness to you. Because I know mine bring me a lot of happiness. I love mine. So
did you have the talk before Tate? Y'all had the baby? Like, or when she was pregnant, like, we're not going to let this.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all had
I had agreed, said, now, if you tell her no, ain't no coming to daddy and I'm switching it around and saying yes. Yeah. No, you like that. It just ain't right.
Yeah.
We got to be on one accord in raising the child. And I'm even like that right now. If you said no, she can't have it. What your mama say?
Even with y'all divorce. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a level of respect.
Yeah. We had that same talk too when, with all our kids.
Yeah. And you ain't gonna, we already ain't together. You ain't gonna turn us to against each other even worse. You know, so we got to be on some kind of common ground.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Let's go to another question right quick. I think you answered that. This is near the last one. Are there any things that women say or do that causes you to automatically disqualify them as a potential wife?
And you supposed to be a man of God.
Yep. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ladies, if you want to preach and listen, this is not something you say, because we are men first. What else?
And you call yourself a preacher?
Yeah.
If you post anything on social media.
Yep.
No. Help me see, Lynch. What you mean? Post anything?
No, them post anything showing that we've been together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not really talking about that. That's one thing, Grandpa.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I'm talking about some type of, you can't.
Oh, if y'all something to throw out at you.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's
okay.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Mine was the other though, but yeah.
Telling my business. Don't tell my business to anybody.
Hey,
We just have to work it out.
That's right, Reverend.
People will use that information as a weapon to attack you. So don't discuss that. What we go through, we can work it out ourselves.
Hey, y'all know I'm Pentecostal.
You didn't read your text message, did you? But go ahead.
Carry on, Bishop. I apologize.
Thank you. No, go ahead and say what you was about to say.
No. Bishop, it ain't the time for what I was going to say. We'll say that for week 53.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You've taught us well.
I felt you. Anybody else that has something on that?
Say it nicely.
Bishop, I'm really against, and this is another show, another conversation, but I'm against talking to their spiritual father.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different show.
Be it now. My spiritual mom and my spiritual father, I'm not they your spiritual father. You talk to them. And that's a big thing. Now, Johnson already talked about that a long time ago. Don't put no other preacher in his business. That's one thing I think for us. I can't stand a woman that tell another preacher our business.
Come on, Lynch. As we turn this corner, thank you.
Tate, and I'm not about to be calling her spiritual father dad.
Right. I know that.
Listen, y'all. I am so happy to have, of course, Pastor Lynch and Pastor Tate, who started off with us. And I just want to say to both of them, I appreciate them coming back tonight and being with us. I thank God for Dwayne and Prophet Claiborne for being very, very, very sensitive that we wanted to honor those that have come back tonight and them letting us rotate back and forward. It's been 52 weeks, y'all. And I want to thank all these men for their contribution, sticking in there with me. Prophet Perry not missing 1 week.
Wow.
Not one.
That's amazing.
Like he's the one that's been here sick and all. Sometime he would hit me. But he's not missed 1 week right along with me. And I appreciate that. I think Johnson's only missed 2. One. Okay. Frank had a perfect record until the plane messed him up. Yeah, he missed 2. But I really appreciate all of you. Broderick, I think you only missed one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Johnson won.
Johnson.
Yeah, that's like faithfulness for a whole year. And so today I
only
want
missed 10. So
you missed how many?
I only missed 10. So
you left on week 42.
yeah, celebrate me as well.
Okay,
I only missed 10 weeks. No, maybe less than that though.
Okay, I appreciate. Yeah, you did. You was here every week, whether you was in the car riding over there.
I was here. You're
Airport, yeah.
Airport, and one of the greatest
Rehearsal.
Oh yeah, right. One of the greatest things that we remember for this show, and I owe you money, is when you talked about what a man wants.
Yeah.
And that is, I want you to listen to him, learn him, and love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I added another one, don't lie to him. But tonight, I'm not going to do no super spooky stuff or none of that. All right. I want y'all to sow. And you've been doing good. I want to honor these men and appreciate and love on them. And I'm asking those of you that would give $52 tonight. Just that simple. There's some of you that would say this has been like counseling to me. I really need supporters tonight that will say, I'm going to give. 10 of you can give 152. 10 of you can give 152. This is anniversary time. What do you do at anniversary time? You show some of you all have learned from the men, and I need all of you tonight. The information for giving is at the bottom. $ Greg Davis 10 is the Cash App. Do it because you appreciate the men. Do it because you've learned from the men. And some of you want to be married, and you've learned tonight a little bit better on how a man thinks, whether you agree with it or not. I've said that. You don't agree with everything that we've said, but from these plethora of men, you've understood what they think. And I'd rather listen to a man rather than a woman to tell me what men think about marriage. And so if you all tonight, I know we're going to lose some. Those are people that weren't going to give anyway. We know that from pastoring. But those of you that are left, it was 600 and some people in here at one time for a while. And I want y'all to give that 52. 10 of you, if you would stand with us with the 152 on tonight to be a blessing. $ Greg Davis 10. $ Thank you, Manaway. Manaway, you are like a part of the team. We appreciate you, Manaway. I don't think Brother Greer has missed any show. That's our trustee. He used to tell us that the numbers was going down because we asked for giving. He's the trustee. But you all that would do that tonight, I need at least 10 of y'all to give the 152. Everybody wanted Tate and Lynch to come back for the anniversary. Well, they're here. Let's be a blessing to them. I really appreciate Pastor Lynch, who helped me start things. I really, really appreciate him on tonight. And as Tate said, he missed but 10, maybe less. Y'all give tonight that $52. It is at the bottom of the screen. $ Greg Davis 10. PayPal, contact Greg Davis at Gmail. Givelify, Greg Davis Ministries. Zelle, Greg Davis Show at gmail.com. Venmo, Greg Davis 1. You got to have one of them. You got to have one of them. So let's give tonight. How many of you all would stand with us? Say, I'm getting it done. Say, I'm getting it done. Some of you have the desire to be married by the end of this year, or at least meet them. And this is monumental to have men come together for 52 weeks. Woo, who does that?
Great day.
I be on the Riverwalk here in Detroit, and people stop me and they say, you get ready to do a video? When the right one comes, the men's edition. Thank y'all. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Pastor Perry, Prophet Perry, Alethea. Thank you, Frank Ray. Thank you, Broderick. Dion. Thank you, Classy. Thank you, Stephanie Macklin. I need those 10 to get that 152 tonight. It's worth the information that you got. Let's go, y'all. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Prophet Perry, you want to say something tonight? Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Michael Claiborne.
Yes, sir, Bishop. I think that this has been a phenomenal discussion, even tonight, talking about marriage. And for those that are supporting, we do believe that we marry your faith. You know, marriage is not just physical, it is spiritual. We marry your faith that whatever you're standing in need of, that it will happen for you. And as we are committed to talk about this consistency piece, we've been consistent 52 weeks, that whatever you've been believing God for, whatever you've been consistent in, that we believe that it will work in your favor. For those that are seeking for someone to help love them back to life, love them back to health, love them back to healing. We're not just men, we're men of God. And we always put that God addendum in there, that we believe God for you and marry your faith. So while you're giving the 52, the 152, whatever level you're giving on, we do believe that there is something major that's going to happen in your life. Romance, sometimes it's health, sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes you just need that emotional support. And not only that God will send you someone to love you, but someone that can be a friend. Someone that can just be a friend to you and that can support you in your dark seasons, in your light seasons, wherever you are. So when you're giving the 52, it's not just, for some it's a donation sum, it's a support, but for others it's a seed. It's a sacrifice. For others, whatever level you find yourself, we believe God for you, that 52, that 152.
Thank you, Prophet Perry. As you're giving it, just say done. Just say done. Okay, because of what I've learned in 52 weeks, I'm getting, oh my God.
Wow.
Y'all take a picture of that. Wow. Wow.
Congrats, Deborah.
Wow. Oh my God.
That's amazing. Bishop, can I say something right quick?
Yes, sir.
I want everybody to understand something about sowing tonight. Is that I think we underestimate it because we don't come here as pastors and preachers. We just come with the transparency part of ourselves as just regular people, just trying to help you all. And sometimes it turns and shifts for a spiritual matter to help and encourage somebody. But tonight, when you sow, can I help you understand you're sowing on good ground because you are sowing in the men of God's life. Oh man, let me tell you something. When you sow to the man of God, your storehouse is broadened, it's better, it's whatever you need God to do. Because what God does, He just put more in your storehouse. For every time you go and you pray and you ask, God, remember what you did for a show like this, because these are not just regular people. These are men that have been called and chosen by God. So when you sow that seed, I believe that whenever you take care of God's man, God's going to take care of you. That's all I want to say. That's what I want to say.
I want to say this while we even congratulating Deborah. And there's a lot of people that's on here that desire marriage, and I don't think anything is wrong with desiring to be married. And I pray that same grace on you that's on Deborah. And Deborah, we really do appreciate you, this group, for giving us your ear and really trusting us with your ear during these 52 weeks. And while you all are sowing, as Pastor Tate, talked about sowing in the good ground. This whole platform and so many other platforms deal with relationships that Bishop Grant Davis hosts. It's not just people on this platform, but there's a lot of people, Bishop, being helped by all of these different conversations. And so while people are sowing, I salute you tonight for one thing. I just keep hearing the word consistency. And I pray that even as you sow tonight into this ministry, that the Lord will give you the spirit of consistency. Just hearing Johnson and hearing Orrin Perry tonight talking about 52 weeks never missed. I just think that's just so powerful that men have committed their lives, not for money, but just committing their lives. Because there's been some weeks when Bishop has paid and has sold into these men out of his own pocket. And so that whole piece on consistency, I pray that over your life tonight as you begin and continue to sow tonight. So Bishop, on behalf of the brothers tonight, the men, thank you so much for showing us what it is to be consistent in this time. And want to say to you publicly that we appreciate you and appreciate the grace of life.
Thank you, Pastor Lynch. I appreciate it. Thank you. Those of you that are giving, please continue to give. We're almost there. If I could just get probably about 10 more of you, and those that give that 152 tonight, I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for your help. I'm not begging. I'm asking for your help to support this so that we can bless the gentleman. What do you do with the money, Bishop? I bless the guys. I bless the guys. Why? Because they don't have to be here. They never came on here asking for anything. Matter of fact, they didn't even think I was going to give me anything. But I think when people have time, when they give their time, Broderick has given me testimony that sometime this show during the pandemic, and he's not ashamed to say it, has helped him through.
Yes, sir.
And so John Terrius was on it. If you give the prophet a drink of water, yeah, you see the prophets, and there's a bunch of them up here. So continue to give on tonight as we get ready to close. That thing with Deborah messed me up, boy.
Yeah.
That 52 weeks of listening to this, that she is about to get married, that makes it worth it all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who else is giving tonight? Anybody else have anything else to say before we go, Prophet Claiborne? Thank you, Angela. They're still giving. Lynch be telling me, just wait, keep talking. Lynch, go ahead.
What you said, Bishop?
Yeah, I'm following your instructions. You told me just keep talking until they finish giving, because they're still giving.
That's how we do in the Baptist church.
I know.
Absolutely. But one of the things that I often say is people want to grow a garden, Pastor Frank, but they don't want to sow no seeds. You want to harvest, but you don't have any seeds that you sow to get the harvest. And so you cannot get it. Why is it important? Sow into where you're going. You want to be like Deborah. You want to have these great things happening in your life. If you sow into that, and Bishop always say, I say it, Prophet Perry said, all of us have said it. Put something, assign your seed. Assign your seed. I hear Prophet Perry say that all the time. Assign your, don't just put it out there. I'm going to assign my seed and watch what God do it. I believe, I've told Bishop this on many occasions, I believe that the things that he's doing is going to get picked up in so many ways and so many sponsorships because of where God has him now. I believe that, Broderick. I believe that he'll be able to say, you know what, this is where I'm at, and sponsors are going to pay for all of the people that he brings on different places. But until then, how great would it be to be on ground level? Do you know what has happened thus far? And I'll say this to end this. All of y'all that's been following us is on the ground level. What happens when it blows up? Where would we be at if we started with Microsoft on the ground level? Where would we be at if we started with some of these other companies on the ground level? When the right one has a men edition, it has a women edition, It has a clubhouse edition. It's getting ready to go. It's getting ready to be a tour. October the 15th and the 16th starts the tour in Atlanta. Just imagine what's going to happen with this right here. And I am so grateful for all of y'all that sow a seed in it. The harvest of when the right one come that is getting ready to explode. You are going to reap from the harvest. So sow real quick. Don't hesitate about it. Don't even think about it. Sow real quick and watch what God do for you.
Anybody?
Bishop,
Go ahead, Roger.
Bishop, since we have Pastor John Terry Estate, and I never will forget that night, we were getting ready to go off, or we were in the middle of it, and you hit the listen, love, and learn. Do you mind if Pastor Tate, would you just hit that real quick? Because I know some people heard us mention it, but maybe they said, well, I wasn't there for that.
I thought you was about to ask him to sing. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? There it is, Bishop. There it is.
No, go ahead, Ninja.
No, seriously. I mean, you all have taken that listen and learn and loving to another level. I'm telling you. I think what you all have taught week after week, these people, they know by now what a real man desires. I think every real man ought to desire for his woman to listen to him. Just take out the time to hear him. Listen to him. Listen to his heart. Listen to his spirit. Just listen to him. You can't listen if you're doing all of the talking. Just listen to him, and you gotta learn. You gotta learn his mood swings. You gotta learn what makes him mad and what makes him happy. That stuff you gotta learn. You gotta learn everything you can about it. The good, the bad, the ugly. You gotta learn it all. But then lastly, you gotta love him. Don't ever lose love. I'm telling y'all, I tell people all the time, it don't matter how worse a person can get. I pray I never lose love.
Wow.
Because I know I have not been the perfect one, and I dare not sit here and paint a picture as if I was. Because in spite of me, he still loved me. And if we're going to be like Jesus, we're going to have to learn how to love people. We're going to have to love. You got to love him. He's going to have to learn you, listen to you, and love you. That's the same thing. I think that's something everybody needs to grasp and hold on to. I ain't got no more now.
Tate, if you were to sing "You Can't Beat God Given," what would that sound like if you were to sing it? I'm not saying you gonna sing it. I was just curious as to what it would sound like if you were to sing just a little bit of "You Can't Beat God's Given." Just wondering.
If I were to sing, which I cannot tonight, because I'm under the doctor's care. He told me to rest my voice, because y'all know the churches has started back, and I've been I've been ripping and running. I've been happy. Lord, let me tell y'all something. I thank God for the church. Y'all, while all y'all other preachers talk about virtual and all that kind, I thank God for the church. I don't care if this thing rises again. I ain't closing the church. I thank God for the church. I'm telling y'all. Now, Roger, you really can sing. You can be God.
And that's what they saying.
Sing.
But the man is here.
Can you sing it in Marvin Winans' voice? Because then they'll really give in.
Listen, I don't know if I can sing that song, but Tate, can you sing one line? I won't tell your doctor. Can you just sing? Can you just listen? We won't ask for that no more. If you could one line, one sentence.
I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing at the second year reunion. I'm coming on every year. This is my day. I'm coming on every year.
We're gonna be right here.
I tried.
Hey, next year, I'll bring my wife if I be married and say, baby, just sit right here. Just sit right here. nod your head and say, "That's right. That's what you're supposed to do."
If I get 5 more people to give, we'll be there, y'all. 5 more, just 5 more, y'all. 5 more, y'all. Lynch's philosophy is working tonight. Y'all look good tonight. Y'all look good. Dwayne, is Dwayne back? Dwayne, you want to have your remarks? We can't hear you. You started off with a hat, and then you went to a cap. You went to a cap. Now you done gave it up.
Yeah. It's the close of the night. I'm grateful to be a part. Thank you for having me.
That tie, though, that tie.
Thank you, man. Thank you. 1 whole year. Congratulations, fellas. Hopefully we can keep this thing moving. So, Bishop, grateful. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you on tonight. Thank you for going in and out tonight. Hey, you all, as you continue to give, it is Pastor Johnson's birthday. When was your birthday, Pastor?
Oh, last Thursday.
Last Thursday. And y'all know what we do. This is no pressure, but we're going to put his information up. And we want those of you that will be a blessing to him for his birthday. There's his Cash App. And let's say happy birthday like we do to everybody. I know y'all sure bless me on my birthday. Let's be a blessing to him. Let's be a blessing to him for his birthday. There's his Cash App. The senior statesman's birthday. Pastor H.J. Ara. All right.
I appreciate that.
No problem, sir. You thought we forgot. We didn't forget. Marlinda back there pulling the buttons. Again, thank you, Marlinda, for keeping us together. You all, the information is going to stay up. The giving for Pastor Johnson and the giving for the show. It'll be up for 5 minutes, only 5 minutes, because we have people that wait for this to go off so that they can look at it. Pastor Johnson, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Broderick, thank you. Tate, thank you. Thank you, Prophet. I appreciate you on tonight for your whole year, never missing, standing right here with me. Thank you, Bishop Antoine. I love you. We've been at it for 3 hours. Or has it been 4 hours? It's been 4 hours. Yeah, we did a show before this, Young Preachers. It was amazing for 2 hours. Yeah, I'm on voice rest too. I don't know who doing my TV show tomorrow, but they may be doing it by themselves. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate you. You my go-to, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Pastor Lynch, for helping me start all this on tonight. And you and John Terrius, y'all can bring y'all wives to the show next year and see what the Lord has done.
You don't know my son, yeah.
And thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you. Prophet Claiborne back in the back room. Thank you so much. I see you waving. You all have a great night.
I
Father,
do got
in the
one
name
more
of-
question, Bishop.
Yes.
Out of all of us at this point, who do you think gonna be the first one married?
Out of everybody on here?
Out of everybody.
Doom, doom, doom. Between Lynch and Johnson.
Between Lynch and Johnson. Will it be before June of next year?
By June.
By June.
Mm-hmm. And then
Lynch-
John Terry's will be next. John Terry's
who
ain't
gonna
gonna
be
stay.
the last one?
John Terry's ain't gonna stay single long. John Terry's like married.
Who gonna be the last one?
Frank Ray the third.
No, he said Rice.
No, Bishop. Soon as a woman with some money come along and snatch up Broderick, it's over.
Broderick gonna be married.
I sure will.
Hey, Bishop. When Broderick get married, The next time we see him, that nigga go have some lens in this glass. You understand?
Oh,
Gonna be looking, what's wrong with Roderick? That he gonna be having lens all in his glass. They gonna be tinted. They gonna be tinted it all.
I think it's gonna be Johnson first.
I did. They want to know how old you are, Johnson.
I just turned 46.
46.
Just turned 46.
Yeah,
Young man.
Reverend, don't wait no longer, doc.
Let's say,
Johnson, what you
how you
saying?
gonna say me?
Johnson ain't denying it. Johnson ain't denying it. He just smiling.
What you say?
Right.
I plan
Say
to
you
get married.
think
I
I'm
wanna
gonna be
get
the
married.
last one for real?
Wait, Johnson, what you say?
Oh, I plan to get married. I want to get married.
See that?
So you think Ray gonna be the last one?
The last one. See, the group Prophet Perry hang out. They ain't gonna let him stay single too much longer.
That's true.
Listen, he could be coming to that convocation by himself too many times. He gonna have to go and get him a wife, okay? But that Frank Edward Ray the Third, y'all better believe me.
That man said my whole name.
Y'all better believe me. He will be the last. Okay?
Pray for
You
me.
see Perry and saying that. So Antoine gonna be married by the end of next year.
Perry up in that office. They done got him
I
already.
mean, hemmed up.
See, I'm a prophet. Y'all better call me to your churches. I'm coming.
Claiborne will actually be the one to get married between Johnson and Lynch. Because Claiborne wants to be married.
It's gonna be Johnson. I can see Prophet Claiborne being next.
All right, let's remember this now, y'all.
I'm gonna put y'all write it down, put it on YouTube.
All right.
And if I'll be a false prophet, y'all know.
Where am I at in the tape? Oh, I'm not getting married. I almost said the name. I'm sorry. It's time to go. I didn't get too many this show now. I didn't get too many shows. I'm saying.
Y'all better end this show now.
Tate, do you see me getting married at all? No.
Bishop. To be honest with you, brother. I can see you getting married, but you've been single for a while now, and you're an older gentleman, and you stuck in your way, and that's gonna be hard. And see, you don't want no woman your age. You want somebody younger.
Yeah.
And see, that's gonna be the danger.
Yeah.
Because she might want some kids, and you might be like, I'm over with that. I don't want no more. I'm good. No. And you're gonna be like, what you looking at my phone for?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah, and she gonna be trying to watch Fox News.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Hey, y'all.
Right. Prophet McKinstry, don't be laughing. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. We're gonna leave the information
my
up.
Holy Ghost Spirit Ray gonna be last, so y'all ain't got to worry. Y'all good.
And he ain't saying nothing.
Just never know.
If married, all of us just gonna take each other and we just gotta send the picture. Just send the picture. Our picture gonna be like, that's it.
Everybody saying I'm gonna surprise everybody in the comment section.
Now y'all gonna get surprised. It won't be no.
So let's see what everybody say. Who gonna get married first? Oh, wait a minute. They put Johnson, Claiborne, Tate, Perry, Davis, Lynch, William. They saying Rice gonna be last. Who y'all saying gonna get married first out of the group? Who gonna get married first out of the group?
Johnson.
Y'all put it up
Let me see.
in the comments. Who y'all say gonna get married first? Tate, Perry. Ain't nobody. Tate. Come on, y'all, put it up.
Tate gonna get married first.
Johnson, Lynch, Tate. It's a lot of Tates.
Oh, there go Johnson.
What's saying they must want to marry me.
Candace, you trying to be Candace, you being messy. Johnson.
Candyman.
Antoine, they ain't putting you up there that much.
Who is Candyman?
That's what we call
That's
Johnson.
Perry.
That's Perry's new one. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've been gone.
Uh-oh, somebody said Lynch.
All right, Indy Pink. She said Bishop Greg. All right, Indy. All right.
She said that with authority.
Like she knows something.
Right, like she knows something that she gonna do.
Perry.
The Candy Man.
Look at Perry. Sister Hall, how you know?
And then ask who laughs after this, Bishop.
Somebody said, I'm praying for Tay to help me.
Stop! No, I'm just kidding.
Perry, Tate, Antoine, Bishop, Dwayne.
What is that
Perry.
for? What is that for?
That's the order. That's the order.
Where's everybody else?
Y'all ain't getting married.
Y'all ain't getting married.
Claiborne. Somebody. She never show her face.
She better have a Mercedes for the Candy Man.
Perry again.
These women on
Hey,
here.
you done polluted my life.
Ain't somebody said these women on here looking for husbands? Ain't nothing wrong with them looking for husbands.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong.
All right. Well.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right. Last question. Who's getting married last? Who's getting married last?
They said
Johnson first, Bishop Davis last, Bishop last.
Oh Lord.
John Terrius. These are last. Who's getting married last?
Flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you.
Frank. Bishop Davis.
Hey Bishop, they say you got to stick around and do this show. You might be getting rid of some of us, but
Broderick.
Right.
Jackson.
Bishop.
I'm surprised anybody would say Jackson.
They said Joe Global.
Joe Global. Rice.
You know that.
Brock, you got a lot of them.
But you know the funny part though? Broderick really might want to be the last one to get married. He want to be the last one. He gonna say,
What? You know what?
Ain't no woman signing no disclaimer. So sign these papers. Oh, look at you and say, nigga, I ain't signing these.
But Dr. Tate, would you consider that anywhere possible or anywhere near probable?
Me getting her to sign papers?
Sorry?
You say me getting her to sign papers?
Yes.
No, sir. Never.
Okay, so you wouldn't do a prenup?
No. You gotta do all of that. Don't get married. I just think that's a waste of time.
Well, they wearing me out on Facebook.
What are they saying?
Me.
John Terry's put that in there.
He put that out there.
I know.
Jessica said Frank.
I don't know why they saying me.
They know it.
Because of that tire.
Because you too hard on them, Doc.
Listen.
You too hard.
Pressure make diamonds.
Too late, 10 minutes. He's leaving.
Right, that's that other piece too. Yeah.
Pressure make diamonds, bro.
What do you think, Frank?
Pressure make diamonds.
She say, baby, my town flat. What I supposed to do?
No, that ain't how that happen.
What I supposed to do, woman?
That ain't how that happen.
Get off my, you know what, Paul.
It was something done first.
She didn't do your nail.
Right.
She said, go to Miss Lee.
Look, Manaway.
Somebody said Ray gonna be first.
Manaway got my back.
See, man, you're not operating in the Holy Ghost tonight.
I can't believe it's still 65 people on here.
They celebrating with us.
Somebody said Frank don't give them no room for error. Yes, I do.
He don't.
No, I'm really not that hard now. I'm really not that hard.
Frank just told y'all he getting married June 2022. Y'all don't listen to details.
I missed that, Sister Brittany.
Somebody said Tate getting married first. Women like to laugh.
Somebody said Frank scared sister.
Baby, you don't. I'll make you laugh and cry. You
listen.
Angelica, he said this is the post show. They loving it.
Listen, I'm gonna surprise y'all one day.
No,
oh yeah.
Surprise me.
If you were to start, oh, go ahead. I apologize.
See, somebody said y'all laugh.
I don't have no faith in them. Why? I don't have no faith in them.
I thought you weren't supposed to do that.
Just compare it. I ain't got no double standard.
Oh Lord. That's Franco.
Right.
You know what's crazy? What if one of us is married right now?
That would be insane.
I mean,
because y'all know we could do it. Y'all, everybody on here is very discreet.
That's true. Very.
One of y'all could be married and we don't even know it.
That's true.
Lord, is it I?
You better believe it.
I had a member, he died and went home to be with the Lord, and he left this saying, and I took it, Prophet Perry, and it resonated in my spirit and in my heart, that everything ain't for everybody. That's what he told me. And I've taken it, and that's the truth. That's the reality.
So what you trying to say, Tate?
He been married for the last 6 months.
I'll tell
He's
y'all,
not by himself on that.
on behalf of Frank Edward Raider 30, everything ain't for everybody. I'm telling you. I don't even think Lynch gonna marry. I mean marry.
Did you say March?
I don't even think he gonna marry. Unless he meet at a Black Lives Matter conference.
Somebody said if I do get married, it won't be a sister. You ain't been watching long enough.
Oh no, he pro-black now.
Listen.
Better believe it.
He will not be marrying Elizabeth.
Or Karen.
Right.
Her name gonna be Shaniqua or somebody.
That's funny.
Bishop, it's been great, sir.
Look at him.
I was waiting for y'all to say.
We done. We done. Let's go.
All right,
we done. All right.
Hey, Kate, tell the wife I said hello.
Hey, babe. Ain't in that doc.
Good night, everybody. We're leaving information up for 5 minutes if you want to continue to give. Good night, everybody. We appreciate y'all.
Good night, Bishop. Good night, gentlemen.
Happy anniversary.
Man, Pastor Tate didn't sing, man.
Make sure y'all give to Johnson for his birthday.
Man, I promise you.
Next year. All right. There's Dwayne. He done took off his regalia. Man, this is 4 different looks you didn't